Look what she just did when a legal Sharia law court opened up for business in her city. Muslims are furious. We Americans have seen how rapidly Sharia law is penetrating into the United States. The radical Muslim development has made sense of that the most ideal approach to assume control over our nation and making Sharia law the tradition that must be adhered to is using the court system, instead of physical compel. In this specific case, a mosque in Irving, Texas has chosen to open its own Sharia court and make conclusions and decision, in view of their own traditions. Once the chairman was advised of the circumstance, she took matters into her own hands, immediately. Chairman Beth Van Duyn and her city council closed down the Sharia court in an ideal route conceivable, by voting to bolster the present Texas state bill that bans remote laws from the decision in their state. Obviously, these radical Muslims are insulted. From the Political Insider, this radical group of Muslims is not pleased with the mayor of Irving, Texas after she put the end to America's first Sharia court. Mayor Beth Van Duyn has accused mosque leaders of creating separate laws for Muslims, which is why the city voted to stop these supposedly voluntary tribunals from operating. In a very close 5-4 vote, the city of Irving ruled to back the Texas state bill banning foreign law from the state. The bill does not mention Sharia or any religion, but it's a huge defeat for Sharia supporters, as such courts are in violation of the U.S. Constitution. All 4 of the voluntary court's lawyers were unlicensed in the state of Texas, a third-degree felony. Mayor Beth Van Duyn received several phone calls on the matter. It seems that the Islamic Tribunal not only was unlicensed, but they failed to notify the city of their legal court being operated in city limits. She promised to get to the bottom of it, and she did. By their own website's admission, if U.S. law conflicts with Sharia law, we follow Sharia law. It also openly admitted separate rules for men and women in their proceedings, discriminating and humiliating women, which is against the U.S. Constitution. The Islamic Tribunal also openly declared that they hope this will set a precedent that will be emulated and duplicated throughout the country. Here is what she had to say on her Facebook page. Well done, Mayor Van Duyn. She has set the ideal point of reference for her town, as well as her state, and additionally her nation. We require more leaders to face Sharia law and Sharia courts and decline to give them a chance to endeavor to assume control over our lead of law. What do you think about this? Do not hesitate and write your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for reading. The Political Insider. WikiLeaks Julian Assange releases video America needs to see. Trump was right. Leader of WikiLeaks Julian Assange is sharing some facts about Hillary Clinton once again. Clearly we already know Hillary is corrupt, but this may take the cake. In the interview below, Assange discusses how one email in all of Hillary's emails stand out above the rest. He shares that all serious analysts know, and even the US government has agreed, that some Saudi figures have been supporting ISIS and funding ISIS, but the dodge has always been that it is some rogue princes using their royal money to do whatever they like, but actually the government disapproves. However, this Hillary Clinton email says that it's not just a rogue prince, but the actual governments of Saudi Arabia and Qatar. When asked more details about the relations between Hillary and these governments, Assange shares a startling discovery. These governments are funding the Clinton Foundation, buying arms from the US and funding ISIS and ISIL. He shares under Hillary Clinton, and the Clinton emails reveal a significant discussion of it. The biggest ever arms deal in the world was made with Saudi Arabia, more than $80 billion. During her tenure, the total arms exports from the US doubled in dollar value. She's even more wrapped up in criminal activities than we originally thought and using the US to arm the enemy. Watch the video below. If you haven't checked out and liked our Facebook page, please go here and do so. Obama scandal just erupts in federal court. He won't be able to avoid this gargantuan lawsuit. Judicial Watch has proceeded with its constant push to convey responsibility to the administration. In the course of recent years, and particularly with the expansion of Hillary Clinton to the Obama organization, There has been sufficient defilement to give all-day work to scores of attorneys and agents for quite a long time to come. It's a declaration to the quality of our republic that we have survived the misgovernment these individuals have exacted on us. We're very acquainted with the Obama White House's asserted keeping an eye on individuals from Donald Trump's campaign team and different adversaries of the Democratic Party. It has moved toward becoming an incredible bazaar. Judicial Watch today announced it filed a Freedom of Information (FOIA) lawsuit against the U.S. Department of Justice and the National Security Agency, NSA, for information about Obama National Security Advisor Susan Rice's communications with the two agencies concerning the alleged Russian involvement in the 2016 presidential election, the hacking of DNC computers, the suspected communications between Russia and Trump campaign, transition officials, and the unmasking of the identities of any U.S. citizens associated with the Trump presidential campaign or transition team who were identified pursuant to intelligence collection activities. Be that as it may, now, justice won't be distant. Judicial Watch has formally sued to get the reports that would uncover the degree of the reconnaissance movement. That is a horrendously long articulation, yet it's pressed with data. For a certain something, unmistakably this claim is extraordinarily thorough. As such, Judicial Watch is not simply snacking around the edges of the issues, however, is assaulting the whole scandal with the objective of ferreting out every one of the players and also whatever wrongdoings they may have conferred. We want to know about the Obama White House involvement in the unprecedented spying on Donald Trump and other political opponents, said Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton. This intelligence operation may have led to the illegal unmasking of Americans and the leaking of intelligence information to foment the story of Russian hacking of the DNC and sinister Russian influence on Trump and his associates. The Trump administration has an opportunity to expose what the Obama White House was up to. Given the seriousness of some of those claimed wrongdoings, it's nothing unexpected that the administration is attempting to sit on this data. On the off chance that doubts end up being valid, criminal arraignments will clearly take after. Not just that, the respectability and open trust of our intelligence offices, as of now having taken a hit, will be additionally harmed. This is the situation that could very well tear things wide open, America. The main question now is, will Obama ever be rebuffed for keeping an eye on us? What do you think about this? Do not hesitate and write your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for reading. H.T. Judicial Watch. Russia goes public on Obama's secrets that happened during Obama's terms in office. Ever since Donald Trump got elected as president, liberals have been incessantly pushing the ridiculous propaganda about his collusion with the Russian government. As their narrative reaches a fever pitch with no sign of stopping anytime soon, Russia is about to drop a massive bombshell on Obama, and unfortunately for him and the Democrats, things could get really nasty very soon. In a recent press conference on U.S. Russia relations, Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova said that Russia is considering publishing leaks about dirty secrets that Obama and his administration asked for the Russian government to keep private. The issue came up when she was specifically asked about the future of Russian-U.S. diplomatic relations in the context of the current atmosphere in Washington, D.C. Maria Zakharova: We provided our views on bilateral relations and the reasons for blocking them under President Obama. We said that we were willing to work with the new U.S. administration, under President Trump. I don't think we need to invent anything in this respect, because so much has been said before. Simply, we should start concrete practical work. We are ready for this. From mid.true, Zakharova went on to say that over the past few years they have witnessed many strange things with the Obama administration, things that directly violated how the Russian government transitionally did business. Whenever the Russian government would meet with the Obama administration, she said the U.S. State Department would always demand that the visit be kept a secret, which put Russia and the media in a strange situation. She expressed her frustration with the Democrats' recent practice of leaking confidential and secret information, saying that this practice would soon come to bite Barack Obama directly in the ass. Here's what she had to say: Also, I would like to say that if the practice of leaking information that concerns not just the United States but also Russia, which has become a tradition in Washington in the past few years, continues, there will come a day when the media will publish leaks about the things that Washington asked us to keep secret, for example, things that happened during President Obama's terms in office. Believe me, this could be very interesting information. Our American colleagues must decide if they respect the diplomatic procedure, if they keep their word on the arrangements made between us, primarily arrangements made at their own request, or we create a few very nice surprises for each other. We can only assume that if Obama loyalists still hiding in the White House continue to leak intel, it's inevitable that Russia will drop a bomb about judge who blocked travel ban just realized he made huge mistake. Look what just happened to him. Judge Derek Watson is riding a blazing trail of reality and crashes into a wall of threatening messages coming from concerned Americans. Judge Watson struck down President Trump's travel executive orders that protects Americans from radicalized Islamic terrorists. Judge Derek Watson is probably not a very happy guy right now, as he's possibly living on the edge of his seat as he makes his way to court each day. The threats are so bad that the FBI is involved and deputies may be sent to offer protection. That's funny because President Trump offered protection with his travel restrictions that would protect people from terrorists, but I guess that wasn't important to the Hawaii judge. Is this the part where we mention the judge is friends with Obama? Or do we save that part of the theory for later? The FBI states that they are aware of threats being directed at the Hawaiian U.S. District Judge Derek Watson, the man responsible for deciding against President Trump's travel executive order and potentially placing the entire country in danger. Don't worry though folks, they'll be okay in Hawaii. People don't usually mess with Hawaii. You would need some Somali pirates to paddle a boat filled with Muslims to Hawaii in order for there to be an incident in Hawaii. I'm not sure that Muslims know how to swim. They're good at flying and driving into things, but they don't quite have a navy yet. Honolulu. The FBI says authorities are aware that the federal judge in Hawaii who ruled against President Donald Trump's travel ban has received threatening messages. FBI spokeswoman Michelle Ernst said Thursday the agency is aware of reports of threatening messages against U.S. District Judge Derek Watson and is prepared to help if necessary. While the FBI did not provide details on what states the threats are originating, sources told CBS affiliate KGMB that they are coming from the mainland, or the continental U.S. Former federal agent Tommy Aya told KGMB that it's not unusual for additional deputies to be brought in to help the local U.S. Marshal's office with protection needs. The U.S. Marshal's Service will do a critical risk assessment, look at the threat, make an analysis, and determine the level of protection needed, he said. Judge Watson made a huge mistake. Not only do we have living proof that the refugee program is a disaster, Sweden/Germany, but we know Muslim terrorists are bred like cattle over in those 6 countries for which travel ban restricts entry and requires extreme vetting. I wonder how long it takes Judge Watson to reverse his decision and think about the country first, other people second. They say that in a married household, the 2 most important people in the home are the parents. If the parents are happy first, then the kids will always be happy as well. Same rule applies for America. If we the people are always happy first, then we can help others better. We come first. Outsiders come second. Keep us happy, then we'll be happy to help others. Judge Watson needs to put his country first. Elementary, my dear wants.